Hi Nana, we were learning the question bank 7 which is related to atomic structure and chemical bonding. So in that we will start with the 17th question. Okay, right. So what is 17th question? In the 17th question, so it is mentioned like this, there are four elements. Elements A, B, C and D. Okay, they are the elements. They are the elements whose atomic numbers are whose atomic numbers are 16, 19, 18 and 13 respectively. See why the word respectively is used here. Respectively indicates that the order of this number. Okay, this number's order, it is nothing but the order of these elements. So when one order is following when one order of numbers it follows another order, then we have to use the word respectively. So respectively indicates A is equal to 16, B is equal to 19, C is equal to 18 and D is equal to 13. So atomic number of A is 16, atomic number of B is 19, atomic number of C is 18 and atomic number of D is 13. So like this we have to understand. Okay. So respectively, then write down. Okay. Write down the electronic configuration of each element. Write down the electronic configuration of each element. Okay, write down the electronic configuration of each element and classify them classify them as metal, non-metal, noble gas. As metal or non-metal, okay, or noble gas. Noble gas is also called as inert gas. It is also called as inert gas. So this is the question. So noble gas. So we have to identify which atom out of 4 atoms, which atom is metal, which has non-metal and which atom is noble gas. So in our previous video, for metal atoms, valence electrons will be either 1 or 2 or 3. So already we learnt for metal atoms, valence electrons are either 1 or 2 or 3. For non-metals, valence electrons will be either 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. For non-metals, the valence electrons will be either 4 or 5 or 6 or 7. And for noble gases, so the valence electrons will be equal to 2 if that atom contain only one orbit. If that atom contains only one orbit, and so this is the condition. Or valence electrons is equal to 8. Okay, so out of these two conditions, so that means for inert gas, for an atom to be inert gas, so here there are two conditions. So either if valence electrons are 2, then that atom should contain only one orbit. In that case, it is said to be inert gas or else noble gas. Or else, if there are 8 electrons in its valence shell, then also it is inert gas. Okay, so like this. So these are the things we have to remember always. So to answer such question, right? So first of all, we have to write the electronic configuration of A. Its atomic number is 16. For A, its atomic number is 16, and B, its atomic number is 19, and C, its atomic number is 18. For C, its atomic number is 18, and for D, its atomic number is 13. Okay, so as atomic number is equal to number of electrons, so in general for a neutral atom, so that means there are 16 electrons, there are 19 electrons in atom B, in element B, and there are 18 electrons in the atom belonging to element C. There are 13 electrons in the atom, okay, in the atom belong to the element D. So now if this is the case, then how will be the electronic configuration? We have to write the electronic configuration of each element. Electronic configuration of each element. So here, if there are 16 electrons, how should we write? So initially 2 electrons in the first orbit and 8 electrons in the second orbit, because second orbit's maximum capacity is 8, first orbit's maximum capacity is 2 electrons only, second orbit's maximum capacity will be 8 electrons only, and how many electrons are left over? So out of 16 electrons, here we wrote 10 electrons, so 6 electrons are left over. So this 6 electrons can be written in the third orbit. So first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. This third orbit is having 6 electrons. What is the maximum capacity of third orbit? The maximum capacity of third orbit is 18 electrons. But in this particular atom, as there are only 16 electrons, out of 16 electrons, the first 2 orbits, they are taking 10 electrons, and only 6 electrons are left over, and those 6 electrons are written in the third orbit. So this is the outermost orbit. So in this element A, in the atom belonging to element A, so what is the outermost orbit? Third orbit is the outermost orbit. It is also called as valence shell. So the electrons present in the third orbit are said to be valence electrons. The electrons present in the outermost orbit, the electrons present in the outermost orbit are said to be valence electrons. So how many valence electrons are present in the atom related to element A? So there are only 6 electrons, hence valence electrons are 6 in number. So if valence electrons are 6 in number, so then if valence electrons are 6 in number, then it is said to be non-metal atom. So A is what? A is non-metal atom. A is non-metal atom. See, we have to write down the electronic configuration of each element and classify them as either metal or non-metal or noble gas. So that means, so A can be classified under non-metal because its valence electrons are 6. When any elements whose valence electrons are either 4 or 5 or 6 or 7, then that element belongs to non-metal. Hence, element A is a non-metal. Now let us see element B. So 19 electrons are present. When 19 electrons are present here, always remember that the first orbit maximum capacity is 2 electrons only, Second orbit's maximum capacity is 8 electrons, so it is fixed. Okay, we cannot write more than 8 electrons in the second orbit, or else we cannot write more than 2 electrons in the first orbit. So out of 19 electrons, we have filled 10 electrons in the first two orbits. Now how many are left over? So 9 electrons are left over, because already 10 electrons we have filled here. So now the third orbit, so how many electrons are left over here? Out of 19, 10 are finished, so 9 electrons are left over. We cannot write the 9 electrons directly in the third orbit. The maximum capacity of third orbit is 18 electrons. Okay. Third orbit's maximum capacity is 18 electrons, but all are not filled at a time. Okay, they are not filled. All are not filled at a time. So initially 8 electrons only should be filled. 8 electrons only should be 8 electrons only should be filled. Okay, 8 electrons only should be filled. Okay, initially only 8 electrons should be filled. Okay, so remaining electrons are filled after getting 2 electrons in the outermost orbit, or else after getting 2 electrons in the fourth orbit. Remember that initially we have to fill only 8 electrons in the third orbit, and after filling 8 electrons in the third orbit, the remaining in the remaining electrons we have to fill 2 electrons in the fourth orbit. Then only the rest of the electrons will enter back into the third orbit up to maximum of 18. Okay, right. So here in this case 19 electrons are there, so 10 electrons are filled in the first and second orbit together, and 9 electrons are left over. So that means we should not write these 9 electrons, because here the third orbits here initially only 8 electrons should be filled. So that means we have to arrange only 8 electrons in the third orbit, and after 8 electrons in the third orbit, so we have to fill up to 2 electrons in the fourth orbit. Okay, so here 19 electrons are finished, so 18 electrons are finished, so only 1 electron is left over, so that electron will enter into the fourth orbit. So this is how the electron arrangement of B will be, electronic configuration of B will be. Now how many orbits are there in the atom B? There are 4 orbits in the atom B. Out of 4 orbits, so this is the last orbit. This is also called as outermost orbit, or else this is also called as valency shell, or else valency orbit. So here in the valency shell, how many electrons are present? Only 1 electron is present. That means the number of electrons present in the valency shell are said to be valency electrons. So that means here only 1 valency electron is present. So as valence electron is equal to 1. So whenever valence electron is equal to 1, or valence electron is equal to 2, or valence electron is equal to 3, then that is related to metal. So that means this element B, it is said to be a metal atom. It can be classified under metals. Okay, so in this way we can identify the given element B as a metal atom. Now let us see element C. So if you see the electronic configuration of element C, So here it is having how many? 18 electrons. 18 electrons are present. So out of 18 electrons, first orbit 2, second orbit 8, and how many are left over? So 8 are left over. So those 8, because initially 8 only can be filled in the third orbit. Okay, third orbit. So that means, so in this way, so the electronic configuration of third orbit will look. Okay, so here this is the last orbit in the atom C. So which one? First orbit, third orbit, first, second, third orbit is the last orbit. Okay, so third orbit is the valency shell of atom C. Okay, so valency shell contains 8 electrons. Hence, valence electron number will be equal to 8. Okay, if valence electrons are 8, then it is related to what? Noble gas or its inert gas atom. Hence element C, it is classified under noble gas. It is classified under noble gas. It is classified under noble gas. Right? It is classified under noble gas. Which one? Element C. Now let us see element D. In element D there are 13 electrons. So how to fill these 13 electrons? First orbit 2 electrons, second orbit 8 electrons, and 10 are finished. Only 3 are left over. So in the third orbit there are 3 electrons. In the third orbit there are 3 electrons. So first orbit, second orbit, third orbit. So third orbit is the outermost orbit in this element D. So as third orbit is the outermost orbit, hence the third orbit is said to be valency shell. So this is the valency shell, and how many electrons are present in the valency shell? 3. Hence the valency electrons are said to be 3 in number. So if valency electrons are 3, then it is said to be metal. Hence element D is a metal atom. Element D is a element D is a metal atom. So in this way these elements A, B, C, D are classified as a non-metal, metal, noble gas and metals. And this is how the electronic configuration of these elements are written. Okay. So always remember that the last orbit is also called as valency shell, and the electrons present in the valency shell, okay, electrons present in the valency shell, they are called as valency electrons. Okay. Right. Now we will look into the 18th question. The 18th question. In the 18th question there is a table. We will try to fill that table in the 18th question. Okay. So 18th question is given as complete the table below with the elements E, F, G, H, E, F, okay, G, H, G, H, okay, such that element E such that element E is an inert gas. Is an inert gas. Element E is an inert gas having electrons, having electron configuration, electron configuration. Okay, what is the electron configuration of E? It is 2,8. So that means here E is given and this E is inert gas. So there are 4 elements. So out of 4 elements, one element is E, and that E is given as inert gas and its electronic configuration is given as 2,8. Okay, now below this one a table is given and we have to fill that table. So in that table the first column is given as element, the second column is given as atomic number, and the third column is given as electronic configuration, configuration. What is electronic configuration? Electronic configuration is nothing but systematic arrangement of the electrons into various orbits is said to be electronic configuration. So here element E, its atomic number is given as Z and its electronic configuration already it is mentioned as 2,8, and its atomic number is given as Z minus 1. Z minus 1 means, so that means here its atomic number, if atomic number of E is 10, then F will be equal to 9 only. If it is 18, then F will be 17 only, because we have to remove 1, we have to subtract 1. So now we have to write the electronic configuration of this one. So here a dash is given, that means we have to fill the electronic configuration of F, and the G is given as Z plus 1. That means if E its atomic number is 10, then G atomic number will be 10 plus 1, that means 11. Okay, so like that, Z plus 1 means if Z is equal to 10, then Z plus 1 will be equal to 11. Okay, and here also we have to write the electronic configuration, we have to fill, and H is given as Z plus 4, and here also we have to fill the electronic configuration. So that means we have to fill the electronic configuration of F, G and H in this table. Okay, so this is a table and we have to write the electronic configuration. So that means here we have to, if F is equal to Z minus 1, that means one electron we have to remove. So from where we can remove electrons? We can remove electrons only from the outermost orbit. Always remember, we may add electrons to the outermost orbit, or else we may remove electrons from the outermost orbit only. We cannot remove electrons from the inner orbit, or else we cannot add electrons to the inner orbit. Suppose if this is the electronic configuration of element A, so this is the inner orbit, first orbit, because suppose this is the nucleus, then this will be the first orbit and this will be the second orbit. Okay, so in the first orbit there are only 2 electrons, and in the second orbit how many electrons are there? 8 electrons are there. Okay, so this is the inner orbit, first orbit is the inner orbit, second orbit is the outermost orbit. So here we can add electrons or else we can remove electrons only to the outermost orbit. Okay, so here Z minus 1, that means atomic number. So if if how many, what is atomic number here? It is 10 because sorry, 8, 2 plus 8, it is 10. So its atomic number will be how much? Okay, so as its atomic number is 10, then its atomic number will be 9. So that means it will be equal, it contains only 9 electrons. Z minus 1, so it means 10 minus 1, it will be equal to 9. So 9 electrons are present. Hence 9 electrons means 2, 7. So that means in the outermost orbit, 1 electron is less, 1 electron is removed from the outermost orbit. So here 1 electron should be added. So remember that if the outermost orbit it is having 8 electrons, always remember that if the outermost orbit is having 8 electrons, then we cannot add one more electron to the outermost orbit in that case. So the next electron will go to the next orbit. A next orbit is opened, a new orbit or else a new shell is opened, and into that new shell the new electron will enter. Okay, always remember this condition is applicable only when the outermost orbit is having 8 electrons. And in that case, if outermost orbit is having 8 electrons, and in that case if you want to add one more electron, then that additional electron, it cannot enter into the outermost orbit having 8 electrons. The additional electron will enter into a new shell. A new shell will be opened. So here in this, in Z the configuration is 2, 8. So and one more electron we have to add. We cannot add to an orbit if that orbit is outermost orbit, and if it contains 8 electrons in that outermost orbit, we cannot add any electron to that atom, to that orbit. Okay, suppose if there are 7 electrons, we can add. If there are 6 electrons, we can add to that outermost orbit. But if there are 8 electrons, we cannot add one more electron to the outermost orbit. Okay, so always remember that outermost orbit's maximum capacity is 8. Okay, we cannot add a 9th electron in the outermost orbit. It can never be added. Okay, so that is why. So here Z electronic configuration, Z plus 1 electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 1. So this is how the electronic configuration of element G looks, because here one more electron we have to add to Z. So as the Z electronic configuration is 2, 8, so the outermost orbit is 8 electrons. Okay, so outermost orbit is having 8 electrons. When outermost orbit is having 8 electrons, we cannot add any more electron to the outermost orbit if it is having 8 electrons. If the outermost orbit is having 7 electrons, we may add one more electron. If the outermost orbit is having 6 electrons, we may add 2 more electrons. If the outermost orbit is having 5 electrons, we may add 3 more electrons. But if the outermost orbit is having 8 electrons, we cannot add any more electron, because the maximum capacity of any outermost orbit, is always 8 only. Hence we cannot add one more electron to this one. So here Z plus 1 means, that means 1 electron we have to add to Z. So if Z configuration is 2 plus 8, so here we cannot add the electron into this one, and if you write 9 electrons here, then it will be wrong. So then how should we add? We have to add the electron into the next orbit. A next orbit is open, and into that next orbit we have to add the next electron. Always remember that the outermost orbit's maximum capacity will be 8. So here, before filling this electron, so this is the outermost orbit. Now we cannot add one more electron to the outermost orbit. Hence the added electron will go into the next orbit. Now this will become the outermost orbit. Okay, now this will become the outermost orbit. Count 1, 2, 3, third orbit. So last orbit is the third orbit. So now this second orbit cannot be outermost orbit. here the second orbit is outermost orbit, here second orbit is outermost orbit, but here one electron is added. That added electron cannot be taken by second orbit, because already this second orbit it is having 8 electrons. 8 electrons are there. Any outermost orbit cannot take more than 8 electrons. Hence the added electron will go to the next orbit. So now this will become the outermost orbit, right? Now H, Z plus 4. So Z is how much? 2, 8. So here how many electrons are there? 11 electrons are there. So that means 11 electrons. Atomic number will be 11. So atomic number here it will be 10 plus 4. It will be equal to 14. So that means it contains 14 electrons. When 14 electrons are present, so how to fill? First orbit 2, second orbit 8. Okay. So 10 electrons are finished. Next 4 more electrons. Those 4 electrons are present in the outermost orbit. That means here the third orbit is the outermost orbit for element H. So this is how the electronic configuration of these elements can be given. Okay, right. Now last question is left over. So in this lesson you will learn that even that last question also, 90th question. We'll finish it off. What is 90th question? Which of the following elements would you expect it to be would you expect it to be most stable, and why? Okay, so there are some elements. Element A, okay, its atomic number is given as 2 and its atomic mass is given as 4. Element B, its atomic number is given as 13, its mass is given as 27. Element C, its atomic number is given as 11 and mass is given as 23. Element D, its atomic number is given as 18 and mass is given as 40. So here we have to identify which one is most stable, and we have to give the reason why. Most stable means if the electronic configuration most stable electronic configuration, okay, based on the electronic configuration only, based on the valency shell. V shell means valency shell. Valency shell electronic configuration. Okay, Okay, based on the valence shell electronic configuration, the stability okay is decided. The stability is decided only based on the so based on the valence shell electronic configuration, the stability is decided. So if the valence electrons is 2 and condition is the atom contains the atom that atom contain only the atoms contains only one orbit. If an atom contains only one orbit and that orbit also it contains 2 electrons, then it is stable. Or if valence electrons is equal to 8, then also it is stable. So if these conditions are met, then that atom is said to be stable atom. So now let us check. So atom A, its atomic number is 2. That means it contains 2 electrons. So 2 electrons means, so only first orbit, only one orbit is present. Okay, the first orbit's maximum capacity is 2 electrons. So this condition is met. So atom A, this condition is met because valence electrons 2, there is only one orbit. See, generally the stability of an atom, it is based on the valence shell electronic configuration. Okay, so based on the valence shell electronic configuration, the stability is decided. The stability of atom is decided. See, if valence electrons number it is equal to 2, okay, that atom contains only one orbit. Okay, and the condition is if that atom contains only one orbit and in that atom if the valence electrons are 2, then that atom is stable atom. So this is one condition. Or if the valence electrons is 8, so this is also stable. So if either this condition or this condition is met, then that atom can be considered as stable atom. See, now we will discuss about these elements. So element A, okay, A, its atomic number it is given as 2 and atomic mass or its mass number is given as 4. So as atomic number is 2, that means it contains 2 electrons. So those 2 electrons are present in the first orbit only. Hence this condition is met because this atom as its atomic number is 2 and it contains only one orbit. Okay, it contains only one orbit and that orbit contains 2 electrons in it. Hence this condition is met. So based on this condition, this atom is stable atom. Now if you see about this element B, whose atomic number is 13 and atomic mass or its mass number is 27. So B atomic number is 13. Hence it contains 13 electrons. So all these 13 electrons, they are distributed in 3 orbits. First orbit can contain only maximum 2 electrons. The second orbit can contain maximum 8 electrons. Okay, hence the remaining electrons, so that means after 10 electrons,
the remaining 3 electrons, they are arranged in the third orbit. Now third orbit has become the last orbit. Okay, so in this last orbit or else valence shell, there are only 3 electrons. Okay, that means valence electrons are 3 in number. Okay, so if valence electrons are 3 in number, so this condition, this is not either this condition or this condition. Only these conditions will cause an element or else an atom to be stable. So here valence electrons are 3, hence this is not either of the conditions. Okay, so neither of the conditions is met here, so that is why this is not stable. Okay, this electronic configuration, with this electronic configuration, this particular element, it is not a stable element. Okay, next let us go to element C. So its atomic number is 11 and its mass number is 23. As its atomic number is 11, so it contains 11 electrons in its in it. Okay, all these 11 electrons, they are distributed in 3 orbits. First orbit contains 2, second orbit contains 8, and third orbit contains 1 electron. Okay, so here the last orbit or else valence shell is the third orbit, and in this valence shell it contains only 1 electron. So that means valence electron is equal to only 1. So here also this neither of the conditions is met. Okay, hence this is not stable. Okay, element C with this electronic configuration, it is not stable. Now let us see element D. Element D, its atomic number is 18 and atomic mass is 40. Okay, so D with atomic number 18, it is having 18 electrons. All these 18 electrons they are distributed in 3 orbits. The first orbit contains 2 electrons, second orbit 8, and even third orbit is also, it is having 8 electrons. So this is the outermost orbit. Okay, so here the outermost orbit is having 8 electrons. That means valence electrons are 8 in number. So that means if atom contains 8 valence electrons, then that atom is a stable atom. So that means this electronic configuration. So with this electronic configuration, this particular atom, okay, this particular element D, it is a stable atom. So in this way we can decide the stability of an atom. So why means, what is the reason why this is most stable? Because of its stable electronic configuration. Why this one is most stable? Because of this stable electronic configuration. Okay, as these atoms possess a stable electronic configuration, hence these atoms are said to be stable atoms. Okay, in this way we can explain the stability of these atoms. Okay, so with this the lesson atomic structure and chemical bonding question bank is finished. So in the next video we will learn the question bank related to the next lesson. Okay na? Bye.